Hello, my dear human. Sit down there, put that light box on the table, and listen to me. You know how sometimes I stare blankly at that darkness and emptiness right behind you. How my pupils widen, my fur stands on end, my body tenses like a bowstring, and you shudder at my blank stare, afraid to look behind you. Would you like to know what I see in those moments, why I stare at that spot for hours without moving a muscle? What I see isn't just a speck of dust. It's so much more. And believe me, by the end of this video, you'll understand that you're never, ever alone in this house. If you're ready, get comfortable and face the truth. But first, if you want to reward me for sharing this information, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to join our family. After all, not every cat tells these secrets to a human. You humans are truly strange. You only see the crude, material things in front of you, walls, armchairs, televisions. But the world isn't limited to your narrow field of vision. We cats can see the subtle tears in the fabric of the universe, the density in what you call nothingness. The rod and cone cells in our eyes are programmed not only to perceive boring colors, but also to process even the weakest photons of light as signals. While you look at a wall and think, the paint is beautiful, I see the microscopic fluctuations created by the energy passing through that wall. Why do I look there? Because that place you call emptiness is actually as crowded as a traffic intersection. It's just that your frequency isn't high enough to capture those images. You refer to my siblings and me online as greebles hunters. I acknowledge that's a humorous moniker. However, you are underestimating how terrible the problem is. There are microscopic, transparent beings who defy the laws of physics and live among the air molecules inside the house. While you're watching TV, they can occasionally dangle directly above your head or conceal themselves in the folds of the drapes. Do you recall the other day? I pawed at the area above your shoulder when you were seated on the couch. "Oh, how cute, playing with something imaginary," you exclaimed. No, my dear human, I was chasing away that negative parasite buzzing right next to your ear, trying to feed on aura energy. We cats aren't just decorations in this house, we're energy protectors. When we lock onto that spot, we're actually conducting a security scan. We won't let anything seep in from that dimension disturb your peace. I'm listening as well as looking. I can detect high and subtle frequencies up to 64 kHz, although your ears can only detect coarse noises up to 20 kHz. I hear the vibration of the atoms behind the wall, the whisper of the old dust under the flooring, and even the inconsistencies in your own heartbeat that you haven't even noticed yet, all while you believe you are sitting in silence. I'm staring there. Do you know why? Because what you refer to as silence is actually a huge symphony of thousands of energy and beings coming together. Occasionally, your name is whispered by one of those sounds. I'm not kidding. The next time I turn my ear like a radar and stare into space, realize that something is getting closer to you and that the atomic structure around you is changing. We cats are not limited to this world. We always have one paw on the other side. You know how the fur on the back of your neck can stand on end when you sense a shadow moving from room to room while no one is home? I've already stopped that shadow at those instances, reminded it of its limits. Why do we occasionally spend minutes staring into the air while standing at doorways? Since the weakest and most porous areas between dimensions are entrances. You are truly entering a different energy environment when you go from one room to another. While I wait, I make sure the passage is secure and that nothing is attempting to enter from behind. For us, that location, which is merely a door for you, is a gateway between two different worlds. Why do you suppose we were adored in ancient Egypt? Simply because we went mouse hunting? Not, of course. The guardians who stand on the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead are known to the Egyptians as observers. Our eyes' vertical slits serve as filters that separate spiritual energy and radiation in addition to filtering light. By releasing the ancient energy we have collected from the sun and the universe during the day, we are purifying the atmosphere when our eyes glow at night, not just reflecting light from the outside. I am shielding your sensitive soul as it enters the world of dreams. If I sit like a statue at the foot of your bed and stare into the darkness as you sleep, I'm busy keeping the shadow guests of the actual world away from you as you sleep soundly. I don't like saying this, but sometimes in that void I'm locked in, there are former owners, or traces of the past. No, you don't need to leave the house immediately. Most of them are just curious. They just stand there watching how strange and impulsive you are. I give them a, "Don't look at my human, he can't even hear his own inner voice, look." However, if I suddenly arch my back, puff up my tail like a brush, and hiss while staring at a point, then you'd better get up. Because that incoming energy isn't exactly friendly. But don't worry, my claws are sharp in both directions. With a raking stroke, I'll send them back to the darkness they came from. My presence there is your greatest insurance. Now veterinarians and scientists will come out and say, cats have poor eyesight but high sense of movement, so they see microscopic dust particles flying around. Or, their hearing is very sensitive, they can hear a bug on the wall and focus on it. So, dear scientist, why do I sometimes find myself purring as if someone is stroking my head, staring directly at the empty chair where your beloved, whom you lost, once sat? Why, when there are no bugs or dust in the house, do all the cats focus on the same corner of the room at the same time? Science is wonderful, but it only explains 5% of the universe. We cats rule over the remaining 95%, that dark matter and energy. Now, after watching this video, take a look around your house. Maybe right now, while I'm telling you these secrets, your cat is locked away in the darkest corner of the living room, in a spot you can't see. Go to it, gently stroke its head, and say, "Thank you, my friend, for seeing what I can't." It will slowly wink at you. This means, "You're welcome, human, you're safe, but it wouldn't hurt to give me a little more treat tonight." We cats are mysterious creatures. Living with us means living alongside magic and the unknown. Those empty spaces in your house aren't empty at all, they're filled with memories, energies, and traces of other dimensions. And as long as we're here, we'll never let that unknown harm you. I'm grateful you watched the video this far and were a guest in my mysterious world. If you enjoyed these kinds of cat language explanations, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with other cat owners. Let them know they're not alone at home too. Now go and check on your cat. What is she seeing right now? Maybe right now, she is looking at that thing standing right behind you. I'm kidding. Or am I not? Keep meowing.